Hello everyone, this is Ashley Rader with your Blog Genesis blogging quick tip for the day. Today we're going to be talking about responsive or mobile friendly websites. Now you might be familiar with the updates that have come out in recent weeks from Google stating that as of April 21st of 2015 this year, websites that are not responsive or mobile friendly will not be ranked as highly as websites that are responsive or mobile friendly. So what does that mean for you? Now there's a couple of things you have to take into consideration. Number one, if you received a message in your Webmaster Tools account stating that you needed to fix a mobile usability issue, you absolutely need to respond to that and do your part in making whatever you can do to make your website mobile friendly. Now, a few things to consider is that mobile friendliness is determined by page, not by domain. So in most cases, especially if you're using WordPress, any efforts that you make to make your site mobile friendly are going to be site-wide. But I just put that out there for anyone that might be using a static HTML site, or maybe you just have a couple of pages on your website. Google is going to look at every page of your site when it determines whether it's mobile friendly or not. Now, one of the critical factors of this is that when you do a search on your mobile phone, you want to see there's a little tag that says mobile friendly right before a listing. So if you pull up your phone and you do a search for a particular phrase on your phone, you want to see the little mobile friendly tag for your website when it comes up in the search results. So that's one indication that lets you know that, hey, Google has deemed your site mobile friendly, you're all good. You have nothing to worry about come April 1st. The other thing that will be important to consider, and this may or may not come into play, Google likes to kind of put these things out there and kind of tease people with what they're working on. Google has stated that they are working on a separate mobile index, and what that means is there could potentially be down the road a different list of websites that rank on a mobile device than what you would see ranking on a desktop. So let's say you have put a lot of time and energy into building a site and it looks awesome on a desktop, but it is not mobile friendly, and you just don't have the time to put into making it mobile friendly at this point. Now, I have some thoughts on that as well because, considering the rapid pace at which everyone is adopting mobile technologies, it really behooves you to, make sure your website ranks well on a mobile device. But if for some reason it's just not in the cards for you right now to be able to make your device mobile friendly, there is some talk that there is going to eventually be two indexes, a mobile index for Google and a desktop index for Google. And that eventually websites that have not been made mobile friendly could still potentially rank well through Google's desktop or, larger index when they're not being displayed in the mobile index. So that's just something to consider. So what I want to do here is go through and show you a couple of ways that you can test to determine if your site is mobile friendly or not. And the first one here, I'll put a link to it below this video so you can just kind of link out. And this link should also be available through your Webmaster Tools account if you have that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to just type in my test domain that I use for a lot of these videos. And we're going to just make sure that according to Google, it has been deemed mobile friendly. So we'll click Analyze. And we get the notice here, awesome, this page is mobile friendly. So we're all good here. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see how your page is rendering, at least from Googlebot's perspective, how they see your page. So as long as you get this message that the page is mobile friendly, you're good to go. And again, if you are on some kind of a platform that doesn't use a static template, and so if you're on WordPress, you don't have to go in and test every page. But if you're using a platform maybe like Wix or Weebly, some of the website builders where you can go in and create a separate layout for each and every page, in those particular cases, you will want to go ahead and test every single URL that you have to make sure those are being rendered as mobile friendly. But as long as you're on WordPress or some kind of a template driven platform, then you're okay to just kind of test, your home page and make sure that that looks okay. And, unless you're doing some crazy stuff with CSS or divs or, something else, you should be okay to assume that the rest of your site is mobile friendly as well. Another tool I just want to share with you that I often use if I'm doing some development or if I'm building out a site and I just want to see how it's going to look on different devices is called ScreenFly. And the URL, again, I'll post it below. It's quirktools.com/ScreenFly. And we go here and we enter in the URL and click go. And up at the top here, you'll see we can look at desktops, and it will give us all sorts of different sizes, so we can see exactly how our page is rendering for different devices. So you can see right here, the default is a 10-inch netbook, and you can see here my text is actually kind of falling off to the right of the sidebar a little bit, and that's kind of not an ideal solution. So I might want to either hire someone or look into kind of realigning that text so that it displays better on different sizes. Here we can go up to larger size desktops and just see how the page appears. We can move over here and we can see how it shows on different tablet sizes and smartphones as well. This at least shows you how it looks on different displays so that you can check and make sure that the majority of users are seeing your content laid out in a way that's easy to navigate. The other thing I wanted to show you here are just a couple of tools that you can use if your website is not responsive or mobile friendly. There's a couple of plugins that you can use for WordPress that will attempt to take your current layout and make it mobile friendly, make it responsive. One of these is WP Mobile Edition. Another one that I found is WP Touch Mobile Plugin. So you want to be really careful with them. You're free to, download them. They're free in the WordPress plugin directory. But once you activate the plugin, go and test various functions on your website, because I have seen both if there are some mobile duplications, if your theme has some elements of it that are mobile friendly already, these types of plugins can break certain features of your site. So just keep that in mind. But if you are certain that your website has no responsive design or mobile friendly features of it at all, check these plugins out. They might be just what you need to at least get your site in compliance with Google's what Google wants to see for the April 21st deadline. And then after that, down the road, it would really, like I said, be in your best interest to look into a solution that is permanently or inherently mobile friendly, responsive, that sort of thing. One other thing I just want to show you really quick, it's just kind of a quick and easy tool that you can use to see how mobile friendly a page is without having to go to ScreenFly or one of those types of tools, is if you take your browser and you just drag it over to the left or the right and you make it small, you'll actually see how the page resizes for this particular browser size. So if you see here, we're on the WordPress site and this is a mobile friendly page. They've got their navigation little icon here. But that's just another quick and easy way if you want to see how your website looks maybe on a tablet or a narrower device. Just take your actual browser screen and size it down. So hopefully that helps you with some tips on how to make your site mobile friendly. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email. Check out bloggenesis.com for more quick tips, training, and ideas on how to grow and make money with your blog.